when I grow up, I will be tall enough to reach the branches that you have to reach to climb the trees you get to climb when you're grown up.
And when I grow up, I will be smart enough to answer all the questions that you have to know the answers to be a grown-up.
And when I grow up, I will have sweets every day on the way to work, and I will go to bed late every night. And I will wake up when the sun comes up, and I will watch cartoons until my eyes go square. And I won't care, 'cause I'll be all grown up when I grow up. When I grow up, when I grow up, when I grow up, I will be strong enough to carry all the heavy things you have to haul around with you when you're a grown-up. And when I grow up, when I grow up, when I grow up, I will be brave enough to fight the creatures that you have to fight beneath the bed each night to be a grown-up. When I grow up, I will have treats every day, and I'll play with things that moms pretend that moms don't think are fun. And I will wake up when the sun comes up, and I will spend all day just lying in the sun. And I won't burn, 'cause I'll be all grown up when I grow up. When I grow up, I will be brave enough to fight the creatures that you have to fight beneath the bed each night to be a grown-up. When I grow up,
Just because you find that life's not fair, it doesn't mean that you just have to grin and bear it. If you always take it on the chin and wear it, nothing will change.
when I grow
Just because I find myself in this story, it doesn't mean that everything is written for me. If I think the ending is fixed already, I might as well be saying I think that it's okay. And that's not right.
Welcome. Tonight our company is taking you on a journey down the Great White Way, featuring the most iconic songs from some of the best love shows in Broadway history. Are you ready for a fun night? Let's get started with one of Broadway's most beloved musicals, Fiddler on the Roof, by Jerry Bach and Sheldon Harnick. Opened on Broadway in 1964 and revived several times. Fiddler is the story of a poor Jewish family in Anatevka, Russia in 1905, with Tevye, his wife Gilda, and their 5 daughters. Tradition dictates that they must all be married off in birth order in arranged marriages. But Yenta, the matchmaker, doesn't always come through with the best men, as the three eldest daughters ponder in Matchmaker.
Zeidel, you're the oldest. Yenta has to make a match for you before she can make one for me.
And me.
Oh, Yenta.
Well, someone has to arrange the matches. Young people can't decide these things for themselves.
You might bring someone wonderful.
And interesting.
And well off.
And important. Matchmaker, matchmaker, make me a match. Find me a find, catch me a catch. Matchmaker, matchmaker, look through your book and make me a perfect match.
Matchmaker, matchmaker, I'll bring the veil. You bring the groom, slender and pale. Bring me a ring, for I'm longing to be the envy of all I see.
For Papa, make him a scholar.
For Mama, make him rich as a king.
For me, well, I wouldn't holler if he were as handsome as anything.
Matchmaker, matchmaker, make me a match. Find me a find, catch me a catch.
Night after night in the dark I'm alone, so find me a match of my own.
Since when are you interested in a match, Hava? I thought you had your eye on your books. And you had your eye on the rabbi's son.
Well, why not? We only have one rabbi and he only has one son. Why shouldn't I want the best?
Because you're a girl from a poor family, so whatever Yenta brings you'll take, right? Of course, right. Hodl, oh Hodl, have I made a match for you? He's handsome, he's young, alright, he's 62, but he's a nice man, a good catch, true? True. I promise you'll be happy, and even if you're not, there's more to life than that. Don't ask me what. Hava, I found him. Won't you be the lucky bride? He's handsome, he's tall. That is from side to side. But he's a nice man, a good catch, right? Right. You heard he has a temper. He'll beat you every night, but only when he's sober. So you're all right. Did you think you'd get a prince? Well, I'll do the best I can. With no dowry, no money, no family background. Be glad you've got a man.
Matchmaker, matchmaker, you know that I'm still very young. Please take your time.
Up to this minute I misunderstood that I could get stuck for good. Dear Yenta, see that he's gentle. Remember you are also a bride. It's not that I'm sentimental. It's just that I'm terrified. Matchmaker, matchmaker, plan me no plans. I'm in no rush. catch me, no catch, unless he's a mattress match.
Next up, we take a look at another musical about matchmaking, but from a different perspective. Disney's Aladdin made its big screen debut in 1992, before finally arriving in Broadway in 2014. Princess Jasmine meets one prince after another in search for the perfect husband. A poor street urchin, Aladdin, doesn't stand a chance with her until he has a lucky run-in with a genie who turns him into a prince. But how can he compete with the parade of princes? By being himself, of course. This is A Whole New World.
You must feel trapped inside these walls. We'll run away, just you and me. Why not escape as evening falls? There's a whole world you've yet to see. I can show you the world, shining, shimmering, splendid. Tell me, princess, now when did you last let your heart decide? I can open your eyes, take you wonder by wonder, over, sideways, and under, on a magic carpet ride. A whole new world, a new fantastic point of view. No one to tell us no, or where to go, or say we're only dreaming.
A whole new world, a dazzling place I never knew. But when we appear, it's crystal clear. Now I'm in a whole new world with you.
Now I'm in a whole new world with you.
Unbelievable sights, indescribable feeling, soaring, tumbling, freewheeling through an endless diamond sky. A whole new world.
Don't you dare close your eyes.
100,000
Hold your breath,
things
it
to
gets
see.
better.
I'm like a shooting star. I've come so far. I can't go back to where I
A whole
used to
new
be. Every turn of
world
sunrise,
with new
red letter.
I'll chase them anywhere. There's time to spare. Let me share this whole new world with you.
A whole new world. 100,000 things to see. I'm like a shooting star. I've come so far. I can't go back to where I used to. Every turn I surprise.
With new horizons.
Every moment red letter.
I'll chase them anywhere. There's time to spare. Let me share this whole new world with you. A whole new world. That's where we'll be.
That's where we'll be.
A thrilling
A
chase
wondrous place
for you and me.
Based on Studs Terkel's best-selling book of interviews with American workers, Working paints a vivid portrait of the men and women that the world so often takes for granted. The teacher, the waitress, the mason, the firefighter, and the stay-at-home mom, just to name a few. It also happens to be the show we were not able to present last spring when the world shut down. With words and music by James Taylor, this is Millwork.
I work in a luggage factory. We make suitcases. The tank I work at is 6 foot deep, 8 foot square. In 40 seconds, you have to take the wet felt out of the felter, put the blanket on to draw out the excess moisture, wait 2-3 seconds, take the blanket off, pick the wet felt up and balance it on your shoulder. Reach over, get the hose, spray the inside of this copper screen, turn around, walk to the hot dry dye behind you, take the hot piece off, and set it on the floor. Put the wet piece on the dry dye, push this button. Inspect the piece we just took off, stack it, count it, 40 seconds. In the summertime, the temperature at our workstation ranges anywhere from 100 to 150 degrees. I've taken a thermometer and checked it out. I have arthritis in the joints of my fingers, naturally in my shoulder balancing this wet piece. Sometimes the hoses leak and spray back on you. The hydraulic presses leak, so you're constantly slipping on oil. And every time that wet felt hits that dry dye, you're just engulfed in a cloud of steam. Every 40 seconds. The tanks run 24 hours a day. I work 8 straight hours with 2 10-minute breaks and 1 20-minute break for lunch. I find it difficult to eat my lunch in that length of time. Granddad was a sailor, and he blew in off the water. My father was a farmer, and I his only daughter. I took up with an no-good mill-working man from Massachusetts who died died from too much whiskey and leaves me these 3 faces to feed. Mill work ain't easy, mill work ain't hard. Mill work most often is a goddamn awful boring job, and I'm waiting for a daydream to take me through the morning, to put me in my coffee break so I can have my sandwich and remember it's me and my machine for the rest of the morning, for the rest of the afternoon, and the rest of my life. They say men can't work the tanks. It's too monotonous. I think women adjust better to monotony than men because they're used to doing more than one thing at once, whereas a man can only think of one thing at a time. A woman can listen to her child while she's doing something else. It's the same way on the tanks. You have to be automatic in what you're doing whilst your mind is doing something else. My mind begins to wander to my days back on the farm, and I can see my father smiling at me, swinging on his arm, and I can hear my granddad's stories of the storms out on Lake Erie, vessels and cargoes, fortunes and sailors' lives were lost. It's my life has been wasted, and I have been a fool to let this manufacturer use my body for a tool. I get to ride home in the evenings, staring at my hands, swearing by my sorrow that a young girl ought to stand a better chance. And may I work this mill just as long as I am able, and never meet the man whose name is on the label. It's me and my machine for the rest of the morning, for the rest of the afternoon gone, and the rest of my life. You wish you didn't have to work the tanks, but when it's all you know how to do, it's what you do. 40 seconds.
Let's lighten the mood with a scene from the very first musical on stage here at the Sanford Performing Arts Center. Written by the same team that wrote the music for Aladdin, Little Shop of Horrors is a dark tale of a man-eating plant disguised in a Disney musical sound. Look, here comes our villain now.
Keep this
younger, just a bad little kid. My mama noticed funny things I did, like shooting puppies with a BB gun. I'd poison guppies, and when I was done, I'd find a pussycat bashing its head. That's when my mama said,
What did she say?
She said, my boy, I think someday you'll find a way to make a natural tendencies pay. You'll be a dentist. You have a talent for causing things pain. Son, be a dentist. People will pay you to be inhumane. Your temperament's wrong for the priesthood, and teaching would suit you still less. Son, be a dentist. You'll be a success.
Here he is, girls, the leader of the pack.
Watch him suck up that gas. Oh my gosh! He's a dentist and he'll never ever be any good. Who wants their teeth done by the monkey decide? Oh, that hurts. I'm not numb.
Oh, shut up! Open wide, here I come! I am your dentist, and I enjoy the career that I picked up. I am your dentist, and I get off on the pain I inflict.
You really love it.
When I start extracting those molars, you girls will be screaming like holy rollers. Though it may cause my patients distress, somewhere in heaven above me, I know that my mama's proud of me. 'Cause I'm a dentist and a success. Say ah.
Ah.
Say ah.
Ah.
Say ah.
Ah.
Now spit.
Next up are a pair of songs featuring women who are desperately in love with men who don't return the favor. Ladies, have you ever fallen in love with someone who just does not seem to know you're alive? It's a feeling Eponine knows all too well in Les Miserables as she comes to terms with being on her own. But first we meet Adelaide, who has been engaged to Nathan Detroit for 14 years in the legendary musical Guys and Dolls. Let's drop in on her in her dressing room at the Hot Box Club, where she just got off stage and is once again blown off by Nathan.
Look, you're getting yourself all upset. You and I are gonna be all right. After all, we love each other, and we're gonna get married.
I don't believe you anymore.
But it's true. You'll see. You'll feel better tomorrow. Oh, come on, honey. Cheer up. Let's see that old smile. Ah, that's my girl. See you tomorrow.
It says here, the average unmarried female, basically insecure, due to some long frustration, may react with psychosomatic symptoms, difficult to endure, affecting the upper respiratory tract. In other words, just from waiting around for that plain little band of gold, a person can develop a cold. You can spray her wherever you figure the streptococci lurk. You could give her a shot for whatever she's got, but it just won't work. If she's tired of getting the fisheye, away from the hotel clerk. A person can develop a cold. It says here, the female remaining single, just in the legal sense, shows a neurotic tendency. See note. Tendency, see note. Oh, see note. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. How nice of them. Chronic organic syndromes. Toxic or hypertense. Involving the eye, the ear, the nose, and throat. In other words, just from worrying whether the wedding is on or off, a person can develop a cough. You could feed her all day with the vitamin A and the bromo fizz, but the medicine never gets anywhere near where the trouble is. If she's getting a kind of a name for herself and the name ain't his, a person can develop a cough. And furthermore, just from stalling the wedding trip, a person can develop lab grip. When they get on the train for Niagara and she can hear church bells chime, the compartment is air conditioned and the mood sublime. Then they get off at Saratoga for the 14th time. A person can develop lab grip, nasal drip, with the wheezes and the sneezes and a sinus that's really a pit. That's you, Nathan. From a lack of community, property, and a feeling she's getting too old, a person can develop a big, bad cold. Achoo!
On my own, tending he's beside me. All alone, I walk with him till morning. Without him, I feel his arms around me. And when I lose my way, I close my eyes and he has found me. In the rain, the pavement shines like silver. All the lights are misty in the river. In the darkness, the trees are full of starlight, and all I see is him and me forever and forever. him. I love him. I love him, but only on my own.
In 1972, Grease was the word, as a new 50s musical took Broadway by storm. Grease is a love story between the bad boy, Danny Zuko, and the innocent girl, Sandra Dee. Danny and his buddies have big plans to fix up a rust bucket of a car to impress the ladies. Their imaginations are as big as their dreams, as we now see in Grease Lightning.
Alrighty guys, look at this car. Could be systematic, hydromatic, ultramatic. Why, it could be Grease Lightning. We'll get some overhead lifters and 4-barrel quads, oh yeah. Keep talking, oh keep talking. A fuel injection cut up and chrome-bladed rods, oh yeah. I'll get it ready, I'll help you get it ready. With a 4-speed on the floor, they'll be waiting at the door. You know without a doubt, I'll be really making out and Grease Lightning. Go, 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 go. Go, Grease Lightning, you're burning up the quarter mile. Grease Lightning, go, Grease Lightning. Go, Grease Lightning, you're coasting through the heat lab trial. Grease Lightning, go, Grease Lightning. You are supreme, the chicks will scream. Oh yeah, go, Grease Lightning. Go, 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 go. Get some purple French tail lights and 30-inch fins, oh yeah. A Palomino dashboard and dual muffler twins, oh yeah. With new piston plugs and shacks, I can get off my rocks. You know that I ain't bragging, she's a real dragon wagon. Grease Lightning, go, 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 go. Go, Grease Lightning, you're burning up the quarter mile. Grease Lightning, go, Grease Lightning. Go, Grease Lightning, you're coasting through the heat lab trial. Grease Lightning, go, Grease Lightning. You are supreme, the chicks will scream. Oh yeah, go, Grease Lightning. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Grease Lightning, you're burning up the quarter mile. Grease Lightning, go, Grease Lightning. Go, Grease Lightning, you're coasting through the heat lab trial. Grease Lightning, go, Grease Lightning. You are supreme, the chicks will scream. Oh yeah, go, Grease Lightning. Lightning.
Of our show with Carole King's biographical musical Beautiful, which made its way to Broadway in 2014. The Jukebox musical tells her story weaving in her best loved songs, including this one. Here's Will You Still Love Me Tomorrow?
I've learned to slam on the brake.
600 minutes. How do you measure a year? In daylights, in sunsets, in midnights, in cups of coffee, in inches, in miles of laughter and strife. In 525,600 minutes. How do you measure a year in the life? How about love? How about love? How about love? Measuring love. Seasons of love. Seasons of love.
525,600 minutes. 525,000 journeys to plan. 525,600 minutes. How do you measure the life of a woman or a man?
In truth that he learned, or in times that he cried, in bridges she burned, or the way that she died. Let's celebrate, remember a year in the life of a friend.
You know that love is a gift from up above. Share love, give love, spread your love. Measure your life in love.
Seasons of love.
Measure your life in love.
That song was, of course, Seasons of Love from the hit musical Rent, which opened on Broadway 25 years ago last week. Seasons of Love has us all thinking about the last year of our lives on hold and how we can measure the moments that made us who we are today. With the worst of the pandemic behind us, we only know for sure that the year has made us all stronger. And speaking of strength, the ladies are ready to take the stage next with a classic song of women empowerment from Smokey Joe's Cafe. Smokey Joe's is a jukebox musical packed full of R&B hits by the songwriting team of Lieber and Stoller. This next song is an anthem to the American women with an updated verse for 2021 by our own Ella Van Giesen.
I can wash out 44 pairs of socks and have them hanging on the line. I can starch and iron 2 dozen shirts before you can count from 1 to 9. I can take a great big zipper full of lard from the dripping scan. Cut in my skirt, go out and do my shopping, be back before nothing again. 'Cause I'm a woman, W-O-M-A-N. I'll say it again.
I can rub and scrub for this old house is shining like a dove. Feed the baby, grease the car and powder my face at the same time. Get all dressed up, go out and swing till 4 a.m. and then lay down at 5, jump up at 6 and start all over again. 'Cause I'm a woman, W-O-M-A-N. I'll say it again.
If you come to me sickly, you know I'm gonna make you well. If you come to me hexed up, you know I'm gonna break the spell. You know if you come to me hungry, gonna fill you full of grit. But if it's loving you lacking, I'll kiss you and give you the shivering fits. 'Cause I'm a woman, W-O-M-A-N. I'll say it again. Ooh, I'm a woman, W-O-M-A-N.
I can play my numbers, pay my bills, and still end up with some. I got a $20 gold piece, says there's nothing I can't do. I can make a dress out of a bead bag and make a man out of you, 'cause I am a woman. WOMAN. I'll say it again.
Who here knows that this song was written in the 50s? Who here knows that it is not the 1950s? I wrote a verse because it's 2021. So sit back, y'all, because this is how it's done. I can live alone in my apartment, paying my own rent. I can live as a single woman and stay happy and content. I can fix my car, do my taxes, and I deserve respect from you. Baby, you better watch your back, 'cause I can do all that a man can do, 'cause I am a woman. WMAN. Oh, yeah, I'm a The musical comedy Kiss Me Kate is the story of a fiery, divorced couple who feud on stage and off in a production of Shakespeare's The Taming of the Shrew. Lily Vanessa is not experiencing seasons of love with her co-star and ex-husband. She is an ill-tempered, stubborn woman. In this scene, 3 suitors have come and expressed a desire to marry Catherine. However, despite the suitors' plans, Catherine shows no interest in getting married. In fact, she lacks all desire to be with any man. Hence the name of the song, I Hate Men.
Get it myself, okay? Than ever marry one of them, I'd rest a virgin rather. For husbands are a boring lot that only give you bother. Of course, I'm awfully glad that mother had to marry father. I said, oh, get it? You missed your cue, okay? But I hate men. Of all the types I've ever met within our democracy, I hate the most the athlete with his manner bold and brassy. He may have hair upon his chest, but sister, so has the lassie. Oh, I hate men. I hate men. Their worth upon this earth I do not ken. Avoid the traveling salesman, though a tempting Tom he may be. From China he will bring you jade and perfume from Arabia. I've already got it. Go! I already got it. Go! But don't forget 'tis he who have the fun and me the baby. Oh, I hate men. If thou shalt wed a businessman, be wary entertained in town on business necessary. His business is the business which he gives his secretary. Oh, he hate man. I will not play the hand. If you espouse an older man through girlish optimism, he'll always stay at home at night and make no criticism. Though you may call it love, the doctors call it rheumatism. Oh, I hate men. Of all I've read alone in bed from A to Z about him, since love is blind and from the mind of womankind surround him. But ladies, you must answer to what would we do without them? Still, I hate men.
We've got another song from Grease up next. But first, little trivia. Did you know the songs Grease, Hopelessly Devoted to You, You're the One That I Want, and Summer Nights all became top 10 Billboard hits when the movie version of the show came out in 1978? But only Summer Nights came from the original Broadway production. The other 3 songs had been written specifically for the film. Here's Rizzo, the hard-bitten leader of the Pink Ladies, who has cultivated a tough exterior, showing her softer side in the poignant number, There Are Worse Things I Could Do.
There are worse things I could do than go with a boy or two. Even though the neighborhood thinks I'm trashy and no good, I suppose it could be true. But there are worse things I could do. I could flirt with all the guys, smile at them and bat my eyes, press against them when we dance, make them think they stand a chance, then refuse to see it through. That's a thing I'd never do. I could stay home every night, wait around for Mr. Right, take cold showers every day, then throw my life away on a dream that won't come true. I could hurt someone like me out of spite or jealousy. I don't steal and I don't lie, but I can
to cry in front of you. That's the worst thing I could do.
When a musical adaptation of Victor Hugo's classic novel Les Miserables opened on Broadway in 1986, audiences had to wait years for tickets. It is a cultural phenomenon on par with Hamilton. The show went on to become one of the longest-running musicals in Broadway history, logging 6,680 performances before it closed. With a title like Les Miserables, literally the miserable ones, you can imagine the show needed a bit of levity. That's where the next song comes in. The antics of the greedy Mr. and Mrs. Thénardier help lighten the mood in the hit number, Master of the House.
Welcome, monsieur. Sit yourself down and meet the best innkeeper in town. As for the rest, all of them crooks, rooking the guest and cooking the books. Seldom do you see honest men like me, a gent of good intent, who's content to be master of the house, doling out the charm, ready with a handshake and an open palm. Tells a saucy tale, makes a little stir. Customers appreciate a bon vivant. Glad to do a friend a favor. Doesn't cost me to be nice, but nothing gets you nothing. Everything has got a little price. Master of the house, keeper of the zoo, ready to relieve him of a zoo or two. Watering the wine, making up the weight, picking up the knickknacks when I can't see straight. Everybody loves a landlord, everybody bosom friend. I do whatever pleases Jesus when I plead him in the end.
Master of the house, quick to catch your eye, never wants a passerby to pass him by. Servant to the poor, brother to the great, comforter, philosopher, and lifelong mate. Everybody's boon companion, everybody's chaperone.
I do whatever pleases Jesus when I skin you to the bone. Enter, monsieur, lay down your load, unlace your boots and rest from the road. This weighs a ton, travel's a curse, but here we strive to lighten your purse. Here the goose is cooked, and the fat is fried, and nothing's overlooked till I'm satisfied. Food beyond compare, food beyond belief. Mix it in a mixture and pretend it's beef. Kidney of a horse, liver of a cat, filling up the sausages with this and that. Residents are more than welcome, bridal suite is occupied. Reasonable charges plus some little extra on the side. Charging for the lice, extra for the mice, 2% for looking in the mirror twice. Here a little slice, there a little cut, 3% for sleeping with the window shut. When it comes to fixing prices, there are a lot of tricks he knows. I do whatever pleases Jesus when I skin you to the bone. Master of the house, quick to catch your eye, never wants a passerby to pass him by. Servant to the poor, brother to the great, comforter, philosopher, and lifelong mate. Everybody's boon companion, give him everything I've got. Dirty bunch of geezers, Jesus, what a sorry little lot.
I used to dream that I would meet a prince, but God Almighty, have you seen what's happened since? Master of the house isn't worth my spit. Comforter, philosopher, and lifelong shit. Cunning little brain, regular Voltaire. Thinks he's quite a lover, but there's not much there. What a cruel trick of nature landed me with such a louse. God knows how I've lasted living with this bastard in the house.
Master of the house,
Master and a half.
comforter, philosopher,
Don't make me laugh.
servant to the poor, butler to the great.
Hypocrite and toady and inebriate.
Everybody bless the landlord. Everybody bless his spouse. Everybody raise a glass. Hey!
Raise it up the master's ass.
Ho! Everybody raise a glass to the master of the house.
This next pair of songs takes a look at two women from two different musicals. Both women are pregnant, but their life circumstances are vastly different. Waitress, which opened on Broadway in 2015, with words and music by Sierra Bareilles, and the story of Jenna, a baker and waitress in an abusive relationship with her husband, Earl. And She Used to Be Mine, with her baby nearly here, Jenna has lost all hope of saving herself from the terrible situation, and she reflects on who she thought she would have become. But first up is a song from the musical Baby, which opened in 1983. Meet Lizzie, a 20-something who feels her baby flutter inside her for the first time, and is experiencing the wonder of motherhood as she realizes she is part of a never-ending chain of life, and the story goes on.
The tale my mother told me, that tale that was much too dull to hold me. And this is the surge and the rush she said would show. Our story goes on. Though I was young, I forgot that things outlive me. My goal was the kick that life would give me. And now, like a joke, something moves to let me know our story goes on. And all these things I feel and more, my mother's mother felt, and hers before, a chain of life begun upon the shore of some dark sea has reached to me. And now I can see the chain extending. My child is next in a line that has no ending. And here am I, feeling life that her child will feel when I'm long gone. And thus it simple to say. Most days I don't recognize me. These shoes and this apron, that place and its patrons have taken more than I gave them. It's not easy to know I'm not anything like I used to be, although it's true I was never attention sweet center. I still remember that girl. She's imperfect, but she tries. She is good, but she lies. She is hard on herself. She is broken and won't ask for help. She is messy, but she's kind. She is lonely most of the time. She is all of us mixed up and baked in a beautiful pie. She is gone, but she used to be mine. And it's not what I asked for. Sometimes life just slips in through a back door and carves out a person and makes you believe it's all true. And now I've got you. You're not what I asked for. If I'm honest, I know I would give it all back for a chance to start over and rewrite an ending or two for that girl that I knew who was reckless just enough. Who gets hurt, but who learns how to toughen up when she is bruised and gets used by a man who can't love. And then she'll get stuck and be scared of the life that's inside her, getting stronger each day. To finally reminds her to fight just a little, to bring back the fire in her eyes that's been gone, but it used to be mine. Oh, it used to be mine. She is messy, but she's kind. She is lonely most of the time. She is all of this mixed up and baked in a beautiful pie. She is gone, but she used to be mine.
Chicago the Musical is a rarity in its revival in 1996, has run far longer than its original production in 1975 that ran just over 2 years. By the way, the revival is still running on Broadway after 25 years and over 9,000 performances. In this scene, we meet Velma Kelly and Roxy Hart, both in jail on murder charges, as they contemplate who their allies are in their quest to get away with murder.
There's only one person who can help you now, Roxy.
There's only one person you can count on now, Velma.
And now, Miss Roxy Hart and Miss Velma Kelly sing a song of unrelenting determination and unmitigated ego.
One thing I know, and I've always known, I am my own best friend. Baby's alive, but baby's alone, and baby's her own best friend. Many's the guy who told me he cared, but they were scratching my back, 'cause I was scratching theirs. And trusting to luck, that's only for fools. I play a game where I make the rules, and rule number one from here till the end is I am my own best friend. Three musketeers who never say die are standing here this minute. Me, myself, and I. If life is a school, I'll pass every test. If life is a game, I'll play it the best, 'cause I won't give in, and I'll never bend, and I am my own best friend.
Wicked is, of course, the wildly popular musical which reimagines The Wizard of Oz in the relationship of Glinda, the Good Witch, and Elphaba, the Wicked Witch of the West. We learn that there is much more than meets the eye with the classic story, and the relationship between the two witches is deeper than anyone knows.
I've heard it said that people come into our lives for a reason, bringing something we must learn, and we are led to those who help us most to grow if we let them, and we help them in return. Well, I don't know if I believe that's true, but I know I'm who I am today because I knew you. Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes a sun, like a stream that meets a boulder halfway through the wood. Who can say if I because I knew you. I have been changed for good.
It well may be that we will never meet again in this lifetime. So let me say before we part, so much of me is made from what I've learned from you. You'll be with me like a handprint on my heart. And now whatever way our stories end, I know you have rewritten mine by being my friend. Like a ship blown from its mooring by a wind off the sea, like a seed dropped by a sky bird in a distant wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you,
Because I knew you.
I have been changed for good. And just to clear the air, I ask forgiveness for the things I've done you blamed me for.
But then I guess we know there's blame to share.
And none of it seems to matter anymore.
Like a comet pulled from
Like a ship blown from its mooring, like a wind off,
like a stream that meets
like a seed dropped by a bird in the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? I do believe I have been changed for the better.
And because I knew you.
Because I knew you. Because I knew you. I have been changed for good.
And with that, our journey is coming to an end. As we reflect back on a year of change and silence and life on hold, we can't help but think of a song from Pippin that reminds us that there is no refund on the moments we spend waiting. We hope it encourages you to think about making the most of each moment, because life goes by in just no time at all. Here's Pippin's grandmother, Bertha. Spoiler alert, she's going to make you sing along.
When you are as old as I, my dear, and I hope that you never are, you will wander long away, my dear, through your cataracts and catarrh. You could squander away or sequester a drop of a precious year. For when your best days are yester, the rest are twice as dear. What good is a field on a fine summer night if you sit all alone with the weeds? Or a succulent pear if with each juicy bite you spit out your teeth with the seeds? Before it's too late, stop trying to wait for fortune and fate you're secure of. For there's one thing to be sure of, mate. There's nothing to be sure of.
just no time at all. I never wondered if I was afraid when there was a challenge to take. And I never thought about how much I weighed when there was still one piece of cake. Now maybe it's meant the hours I've spent feeling broken and bent and unwell. But there's still no cure so heaven sent as the chance to rain some hell. Alright, I want everyone to join me on the choruses. Yes, can you put the words up there, please? Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, it's time to start living. Time to take a little from the world we're given. Time to take time, for spring will turn to fall in just no time at all.
Sages tweet, the age is sweet, good deeds and good work earn you laurels. But what could make you feel more obsolete than being noted for your morals? Give me a man who is handsome and strong, someone who's stalwart and steady. Give me a night that's romantic and long, then give me a month to get ready. Now I could waylay some aging roue and persuade him to play in some cranny. But it's hard to believe I'm being led astray by a man who'd call me granny. Alright, back to the chorus again. Yosh with the words, please. Thanks. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, it's time to start living. Time to take a little from the world we're given. Time to take time, for spring will turn to fall in just no time at all.
So when the drearies do attack and a siege of the sads begins, I throw these regal shoulders back and lift these noble chins. Here is a secret I never have told. Maybe you'd understand why. I believe if I refused to grow old, I could stay young till I die. Well, I've known the fears of 86 years. I've had troubles and tears by the score. But the only thing I'd trade them for is 87 more. Alright, one last time on the chorus again. Yosh with the words. Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, it's time to start living. Time to take a little from the world we're given. Time to take time, for spring will turn to fall in just no time at all.
Oh, it's time to keep living. Time to keep taking from the world you're given. You are my time, so I'll throw off my shawl and watching your wings be flung all over makes me feel young all over in just no time at all.
Put your hands together. It's Layla Adawadkar. Emma Adawadkar. Mason Van Giesen. Jack 70. Evan Boston Cole. Lindsay Brown. Grace Davey. Ali Curcio. Olivia Martin. There she is. Aberdeen Brickett. Hannah Baker. Kaylin Penley. Zach McKenzie. And Abby Graffam. Paige Wilson. Preston Lum. Natalie Giles. Drake Wilson. Bella Farrington. Val Randall. Ella Van Giesen. Put your hands together for our crew. Yash Patel. Lucy Utgard. Liam Daly. Kyla Terrell. Reese Hill. Andrew Auger on lights. And your orchestra, Joanna Hamblin. Caleb Randall. Andrew Morrell. Mark Elmore. And Jacob Cow. A 1, 2, 3, 4.
Take a little from the world we're given. Time to take time, for spring will turn to fall in just no time at all. Oh, it's time to keep living, time to keep taking from the world we're given. You are my time, so I'll throw off my shawl. And watching your wings be flung all over makes me feel young all over in just no time at all.
Company pal.
Stop being egotistical.
So first, we'd like to thank Miss Jane Curtin, our music director and conductor. We'd like to thank you for working patiently with us on all of our music and for putting together the first live band that SHS Theater has ever had. Give it up for our orchestra. Miss Christy Baker, our technical director. Thank you for all of your work behind the scenes to make all of this happen, from building props, flying them in, making costumes, making sure that we're all safe, and hurting yourself in the process. And finally, Mr. Brett Williams. Who is the director of the Sanford Performing Arts Center, and we are lucky enough to have him as our director. We'd like to thank you for the incredible amount of work that you've put into this show, for making it possible for us to even stand here and perform in front of a live audience.
Are they incredible? Look at this guy.
None of this would be possible without him. A round of applause for all of our directors. Thank you very much.
Let's have some play out. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4.